Space, sex, and science. Why reproductive health in orbit matters. Now humans are pushing further into space, with commercial flights increasing rapidly. But while we've studied the physical toll of space travel for decades, one critical area remains largely ignored: reproductive health. Scientists are warning that this oversight is a growing problem, especially as space becomes more accessible to non-professionals. The harsh reality of space on human biology: long-duration spaceflight is brutal on the body. Microgravity, relentless radiation, and disrupted circadian rhythms all take their toll. We know a lot about bone density loss, muscle atrophy, and vision changes. But what happens to sperm, eggs, and developing embryos? The answer, frustratingly, is we don't really know. This isn't a matter of prudishness alone. It's a genuine knowledge gap. Over 65 years of human spaceflight have yielded surprisingly little data on how the space environment affects reproductive systems. Why does this matter? Because the risks are potentially severe. Radiation and reproduction. A dangerous mix. The biggest threat is cosmic radiation. These high-energy particles can directly damage DNA, including sperm and egg cells. If those cells go on to form an embryo, the consequences could be significant mutations or developmental issues. Animal studies already show that even short-term radiation exposure can disrupt menstrual cycles and increase cancer risk. For men, the picture is even murkier. Some research suggests radiation doses above 250 mg can harm sperm production, though recovery is possible. But what happens on longer missions with repeated exposure? We simply don't have enough human data to say. Commercial spaceflight. The Wild West of reproduction, the problem is only getting worse. As commercial spaceflight booms, the strict regulations enforced by agencies like NASA may not apply. Astronauts are screened for pregnancy and face radiation exposure limits. But what about tourists or private employees? There are currently no industry-wide standards to protect reproductive health. Should companies monitor pregnancy status? Should consent forms include warnings about potential risks to fertility or a developing fetus? These aren't hypothetical questions. As the number of people in space increases, the ethical and legal issues will only become more pressing. The need for urgency and collaboration. The current situation is unsustainable. Without more research, we can't accurately inform people about the risks. And without regulation, commercial companies could expose passengers to unacceptable levels of reproductive harm. As human presence in space expands, reproductive health can no longer remain a policy blind spot, says NASA scientist Fathai Karuya. International collaboration is urgently needed to close critical knowledge gaps and establish ethical guidelines. In short, if we want to build a sustainable future in space, we must start taking reproductive health as seriously as we take bone loss or radiation sickness. Ignoring this problem will not make it go away. It will only ensure that the next generation of spacefarers faces unknown and potentially devastating consequences.